Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment. Okay. Bit of a shorter episode last time. As decided that we're going to break down what we're doing. And we are going to be heading to the southwest corner of the Hive. See a woman dressed in faded patched up clothes. Greetings, miss. Calm down and just ask some questions. Let's leave, okay. The Hive Dweller is watching the Davos work. He scratches his head and turns to you. For the life of the lady, I can't figure out what they're doing to this building. Then Davos are always tearing things down, building them back up. No rhyme or reason to it, I can see. Never mind that.
I'm gone.
Ashmantle and Mirror. You see a dustman with long black robes and a pale face. Unlike the dustman you saw in Mortuary, this man looks confused and glancing about as if looking for something. He then spots you. He raises his hand to attract your attention. Greetings. The man seems relieved that you are speaking to him. He bows slightly. Thank you for hearing me, traveller. I am known as Ashmantle, one of the Deadman sect. I was wondering if you could direct me. I don't know this area very well. I'm looking for a certain establishment, bar, that those of my sect frequent. Do you know of such a place? Okay. Oh, the Dustman Bar. It's by the Mortuary. Orient yourself by the Mortuary front gate and walk directly southwest. You can't miss it. Dustman smiles. Thank you very much, traveller. I appreciate your kindness. The people of the Hive are really helpful in such matters. Tell me about it. Say, can I ask you some questions? What questions do you have? I'm looking for a man named Farrell. Do you know of him? Sorry, but that name is not known to me. Very well, I had some other questions. I am missing a German. Do you know where I might find one? I do not know where you might find such a thing. I'm almost lost. Really? I thought dustmen didn't value possessions. The man shrugs slightly. I'm not without sympathy for your loss. There are many things of value in one's life. You have unusual views for a dustman. The man blinks. Well, I'm not a common dustman. I'm gathering that. Who are you? The man nods a little uncomfortable. Why, I'm Ashmantle, one of the Ninth Circle. Ninth Circle? There is no such thing. He suddenly tenses up. I don't have time to debate the practices and rankings of the Dustman sect with you, so if you'll excuse me. Grab his hand. Your hand snaps out and wraps around his wrist in a crushing grip. You see his Dustman facade crumble, and he snorts as he tries to tear away from the grasp. Unhand me, dog, or I'll call the guards. Give me everything you have, Thief, and I'll let you go. Pa, he looks more irritated than think. What gave me away? I was warned someone like you was dressing up as a dustman and picking pockets. What's your questions then? What are you doing in that dustman get-up? Nobody suspects dustman. It gives you a hollow track and make a nice bit of jingle before anyone catches onto the pit. Interesting, I had some other questions. looking for someone named Falcon. Do you know of him? What about him? Who is he? Will you let me go if I tell you? Lie. Yes. Farrell's a collector boss. There's a lot of boys in his shadow, and the chant is they've got a tidy operation all set up. I don't know much else about it. I'd be careful if I was tangling with him. Where can I find him? He's got a kip in Ragpacker Square. It's this huge patch of rags and garbage north and west of here. Head through the north gate, then keep heading north until you hit it. The chant is that Farrell's hiding out in the trash mountain somewhere. Maybe buried beneath him. Who knows? Now you're going to let me go? No. I had some other questions for you. You said you'd let me go. And you said you were a dustman. I'm looking for a journal. Man frowns. So you think I've seen something like that? I only deal with jink work. Or I have some other questions. Bluff. Give me everything you have or I'll kill you. Man, I have nothing on me. You were my first mark of the day. Now you're not just playing dumb, you're being dumb. Give me what you have or the collectors will be scraping a new body off the street. He grunts, gauges you for a second, gauges his chances of taking you, thinks better of it, and touches the line of his hoe. With a sharp jerk, he tears apart the robe and pulls forth a small bit of copper stashed there. He hands it over. You don't think he would have found it if he hadn't revealed it. That's it? You'd better have something else for me, Ashman, or you and Death are going to be close friends at the moment. He bears his teeth. I have nothing else. Okay. Oh yeah? Well, let me shake you down and see if that's true. As you're about to turn, the stone slides from the sleeve into his free hand with a snarly touch. Alright then.
Oh, you alley-bred dog.
Old woman stands silently by the wall, staring off in the distance. She seems to be unconcerned with the flow of traffic around her and clutching a wooden pole from which dozens of small fish dangle. Greetings. Oh, hello, sir. She squints at you for a moment, trying to discern your identity. Oh my, it was I think you were one of my regular customers. She proffers a fish bowl. Tuna, sir. Mackerel, sea cucumber. No fish, thanks. I had some questions. Her mouth presses down into her pipe and she stares off over your shoulder. Look behind you, see what she's staring at. See nothing of interest behind you. As you turn back at you, catch her looking at you. She looks away quickly, resuming and staring off into the distance once more. What? Do I look familiar to you? Goodness, no. She pauses for a moment. Aye, you do. Have you seen me before then? I think ye or a man very with your likeness, sir. 'Twas so long ago. Tell me. Well, sir, you see, my sight's not so good now. 'Twas back then neither. But I thought I saw you walking past with a small group trailing along behind you. What do these people look like? Hard to say, sir. It was so long ago and you walked by so quickly. But I remember now the way you held your head up. There was a woman following you, trying to stop you, to get you to turn around to speak to her, but you pushed her away. What happened then? Beautiful woman she was. She looked so sad, so angry all at once. She stood there for a moment, then followed along behind just the same, hustling to catch up. You said there was a group? Who else was there? She shrugs. There was at least 2 other gentlemen with you, sir. The only one I remember too clearly, though, was tall, thin, reeked of bubby did. Smelled him from across the way. Looked like he hadn't bathed in Hades too. He followed you close, he did, and never said a word. Acted like the woman wasn't even there. even when she bumped against him trying to stop me. That's all I remember, sir. Give her a copper for her time. How much do you give the fishwife? 1 copper. She smiles and nods at you. Thank you, sir. Of course. Farewell. So, carry on. Some harlots, some thugs.
Done.
Iron nails, let's talk to her. Or iron nose even. This broad-shouldered woman is shuffling about amongst the huge beams lying on the street. She kicks at the beams with iron-shod boots. Every once in a while she bends down and wrenches a nail from one of the boards with her bare hand. She holds each one up, praising it, then drops it into a leather sling bag. Greetings. She straightens up, hearing you approach. She's smiling politely, but from her stance and the way her hand rests close to the hilt of her weapon, you can tell she's ready for trouble. You notice one of her eyes has a milky film over it. That's close enough there, Cutter. What do you need from me? I had some questions. She nods. Ask away then. Who are you? She pulls 3 nails from her bag sling, tossing them and spinning into the air and catching them in a palm. Iron nails, they call me. She drops them back into the bag with a muffled clink. Why are you collecting nails? I sell them to a man named Hamris in the lower ward, maker of coffin tears. Tell me more of this Hamris. Not much to say, he's a bit chatty. He'll rat his bone box till you'll bar me if you let him. But a fair bargain. He needs the nails, I need the jink, and that's about as far as it goes. Where's the lower ward? I used to know the way I did, but the Dabbers have changed the streets round again. Don't know how to get there now. I'll need to chart a new path, but I figure the Dabbers will straighten things out eventually. Dabbers? Aye, Dabbers, the lady's servants. She looks around you. You must be new to Sigil. Tell me more of this Dabbers. They work all over the city doing the lady's will. Always building and rebuilding they are. Using what's fallen or torn down to make something new. The lady. No, Francis. Oh no, you didn't. I won't be saying anything more about her than I already have. She traces a semicircle over her heart with a finger. Take my advice, Bert. Don't go asking around about the lady. Very well, I had other questions. Can you tell me about this place? Look, Cutter, I've a lot of work to do. The nails aren't finding their way into my bag while I'm spilling charm with you. Why don't you pick another Cutter's brain box for that for a time? Let me ask you about something else. I'm looking for a man named Farrod. She nods. Aye, I've heard the name I have. Head of a pack of collectors or so I hear him. Not sure where a body will find him though. May want to try raid pick the squares, north and west of here. A whole mess of collectors called Kip there. I see. I have some other questions. I'm looking for a journal I've lost. Have you seen one? Nay, I have not. She pauses a moment. You know, that's a good idea, a journal. Mayhap I should start one of my own. Yes, it is. It's amazing how much one can forget. A journal can help you hold on to your memories. She mulls over what you said. Hey, you're right indeed, Cutter. I'll do it. Thank you for the idea. She smiles. Of course, I had other questions. Never mind. Farewell. Okay. Labour. See a lean, tired-looking man, his clothes reek with dirt and sweat. He looks out of breath. He ignores you as you approach. He looks like one of the common labourers in the marketplace. Leave him alone. Weak wind. Some thugs up here. This man is looking at you with strange, bug-eyed stare. His eyes are huge, so huge they look ready to pop out of his sockets and roll across the cobblestones. He nods eagerly as you approach, bobbing his head like a bird, and as you near him, you suddenly notice the smell of urine and feces surrounds him. Greetings. The man sniffles, wiping his nose with his sleeve and then opens his mouth to reveal black and rotted gums. Stories for coin, sir? His breath reeks. It smells like a man has been keeping rotten meat stored inside his mouth. Stories for coin? Who are you? The man snorts thick with phlegm. Names. Who you are. He does a slight twitch every time he repeats himself. Names, dangerous. He glances at the ground and stirs to stir with his foot. Dangerous? Knowing a name or being stuck with one, both a mess of trouble. He looks back up to you. My name's a given name, not one I asked for. Requin. Once again you're unconscious of his reeking breath and the smell of urine and feces that surrounds him. A given name. An appropriate name. Not my true name. Requin mumbles on, his head twitching every time he says his name. A true name's a dangerous thing. It gives others power. He stares at you with his huge eyes and wags his finger. Keep your name secret. Keep it close. Never let it out. What do you mean? Names are like smells, things that you can track. Things can track you with them. Requin coughs, his eyes almost popping out of his skull as he does so. His cough seems to loosen his bowels as he breaks wind loudly, as if to accentuate his point. If someone knows a true name, it gives them power. He licks his lips. The power to hurt. I don't know my true name.
Updated my journal.
Requin's eyes widen. Seeing his eyeballs bulge even larger makes you uneasy. Then you are blessed. Remain nameless, and you shall be a spirit on the plains, untraceable, untrackable, unseen, undiscovered. Smacks his gums wetly. A name chosen, a name given, it allows others to find you and hurt you. Have you been hurt? Requin gives you a twitching nod, then scratches himself. Let my name slip once, only once. His eyes film over as if the memory is painful, then glances at you easily. Tell you the story I will, but 3 coppers must I see. His face splits into a smile as he says the word coppers. His weakened breath hits you like a hammer. Very well, here's 3 coppers. Requin gets into a stance, looks left and right and then faces you. His face clenches and then with a grunt he breaks wind again. The smell nearly levels you, but he takes no notice. Cursed eye, walk the wards in splendour. He stands up stiffly, nose high in the air. He saunters back and forth, nodding to invisible passers-by. Listen.
Updated my journal.
Requin freezes, his arms akimbo, crossed paths with a crossbow. Had the looking of a pumpkin, his seeds, curses. Requin then thrusts his belly out so as to appear fat, slicks back his hair with his filthy palms so he looks almost bald, and begins drumming his fingers on his fat belly. He then walks about, circling the spot where his stuffer upper-class persona used to be, all a jumble with curses is well not. Where a sneer and a careless gesture of Requin tossed an invisible curse to add the stuffy persona. Knew my name, let it slip I had, all it took it all. He stiffens again, inhaling deeply and resuming his upper-class persona. The persona suddenly crumbles and Requin breaks wind violently, then exhales, fulfilling the air with his foul reeking breath, cursed with stenches, smells, excrement. Came here to tell tales, all good for now. Now Requin is the name, given name. I see. I had some other questions. Questions, Requin's on. Hunches over, regarding you warily with huge eyes. Answers. Can you tell me about this area? The hive, tau I can tell. I will, but 3 coppers I must see. He smacks his gums together and snorts like a pig. Very well, here's 3 copper. Spirewood, he points to his left at the charred alley in the distance. An alley of dangerous angles. He bends his limbs in twisted parody upon the skelety building, not always tangled, not always burning charred, once alive, no longer. Flames fire. He flings his hand up in the air, then waves them to simulate flames. The alley burned, great smoke, ash everywhere. In the end, only skeletons of buildings left. Bones of dead buildings, angles everywhere, angles.
Updated my journal.
He hunches forward with a whisper. Again, the stench from his body hits you like a wave. Dangerous now, bad men have set up kip there. He bows, then breaks wind in quick spurts, like a bugle blowing. That is the tale of how a street becomes an alley of dangerous angles. How did the fire start? and makes a semicircle over his heart. A man made it so, a beast made it so. A man who even fiends admire. Who? Sorcerer's tale, filled with madness, sadness, burning, yearning. A tale I can tell, a tale I can tell. I will, but 3 coppers must I see. He hisses, then cackles in a way that reminds you of fire burning. A dangerous tale, a dangerous tale. Farewell, here's 3 coppers. A sorcerer there was, no simple hedge wizard this, but a mage of power. Requin put his hands together resolutely and then smiles eagerly. He burned with the art, and the art burned him. The name given him was Ignis, a name respected, then feared, then hated, then punished. Wickling gives a rattling wheeze, then claws in the air, hisses, apparently imitating Ignis. Taught by one of the last great magi Ignis was, and as an apprentice, Ignis learned much, and nothing at the same time. Requin shakes his head sadly. In his heart, his coal black heart, a fire blazed. It burned, and it hungered. Requin claws at his chest as if in pain. As it hungered, Ignis hungered, with his wish to see the plains burn. In the night, Requin hunches down and begins to slowly stalk in the direction of the alley. A mad grin on his face, Ignis came to the alley that was to be the alley of angles, and the fire in his heart, both he let out. Fire in his eyes, the fire in his heart, both he let out. Requin points out at the alley, then flings his arm in the air, slightly screaming and laughing at the same time. Flash ran like wax, people like candles, and Ignis laughed. Requin crumbled to the ground, his body racked with imagined pain. And evil was done, and forgotten not. He stood up and hunches over, looks left, looks right, and starts mumbling, as if secretly in a conference with someone. Something was to be done. He stands up stiffly, his face resolute. A punishment was decided. All the hedge wizards, midwives, room tellers, copper-pinching witches, all manner of mainlings, they came on, even those with the smallest trace of the art, to punish Ignis. Separately, they were flyers, who made a buzzing noise between his riding gun. Together, dangerous. He hums, then raises his hands. Call Ignis, granted his wish. He swells his hand with garden spell. He wished to burn, they granted it, using his own desire to fuel the caster. They made his body a door to the plane of fire. They intended to kill him.
Updated my journal.
Fouled. Requin breaks wind again, as if to accentuate the failure of the wizards. Ignis lived, only slept. Blanket of flame, flames turned in his sleep as he burned, never happier. He shuts his eyes, wraps his arms around himself and turns slowly, burning, ever burning. His eyes suddenly snap open. One day he will wake, and then the plains shall burn. An unfortunate tale. I have some other questions for you. Questions. Can you tell me where I could find someone named Farrell? Requin suddenly hunches over and leers at you. He walks around for a moment, dragging his leg as if flame. A king, a noble tale. Tale I can tell, but 3 coppers must I see. Farewell, here's 3 copper. Requin remains hunched over again, staring at you. Once a man of respect, Farrell was. A man of goals and position. All became nothing turned to the air. Requin squints, then breaks wind, filling the air with a gut-churning smell. Turn to air and stink. A liar, a cheater, a man who twisted law, Farrell was. He hunches over as if writing on a desk. He writes for a moment and suddenly stops afraid. Then one day he found that he had twisted himself. Such a liar he had become that when he died he was to go to a horrible place. Requin shakes his head sadly, and then hunched over again and looks wildly in all directions. Farrell would not accept it, would not. He had cheated others, he would cheat his fate too. He read, dug in books and consulted seers. Requin stalks back and forth, his hand over his eyes as if staring into the distance, and they told him that only in trash could he find that which would let him cheat his fate. Requin breaks wind again, then gives a reeking cough. Perhaps they lied.
Updated my journal.
Requin stands up stiffly, then begins to fling off imaginary clothes. With every piece of clothing he throws away, it becomes more hunched, Farrell threw away his position, his goals, and took up a new title. Requin stops. Then he leers at you. He claws at his rag, shaking it, and become a king of rags. He would rule the trash, have his subjects search it all, and find that which he needed. He shakes his head. He looks even now. Do you know where I can find him? Requin shakes his head. He lives amongst rags and trash. There you will find him. I had some other questions. I'm missing a journal. Have you seen one? Requin breaks free and then scratches his arms. He thinks for a moment and shakes his head. No journal have I seen. I had some other questions for you. I'd like to hear a story. Story I can tell are real, but 3 coppers I must see. His face splits into a smile. His reeking breath hits you like a hammer. Very well, here's 3 copper. Takes a copper, gums it, and then to your surprise swallows it. Best purse there is, belly. Gives a reeking wheeze. A story. Smacks his lips. Okay, so it's the story of the cursed, story of Valley Angels. So I want to hear the story of the man who came to a city without name or memory and spoke with the cursed storyteller who warned him of the danger of names. Requin stopped twitching and scratching for a moment and stares at you. That tale cost nothing, for it was worth nothing. It is worth noting that it would be a sad tale indeed. Nevertheless, I would hear it. Where would such a tale begin? Requin grunts and gives it a reeking wheeze that makes your eyes tear up. He seems to be thinking. It would begin with a man waking up in a mortuary, believed dead, but in truth only his memories are dead. Requin nods and studies you and starts scratching himself fine as if to give himself self-scars. Dead but not dead, no memories, no name. He escapes the mortuary, enters the hive and speaks with a man who let his true name slip once and has regretted it. Requin seems hypnotised by your words. Yes, much danger in naming, perhaps. He pauses. Perhaps the man to whom the Nameless One speaks is a warning to the danger of names. He seems to chew this out. Perhaps he who has forgotten his name is better off. Is he? Is it better to suffer the truth with all of its consequences, or is it better to remain ignorant? Which of the 2 men is better off? Requin gives a hacking cough and spits. Spittle green and wet, and then turns back to you. Is your question your tale? He speaks slowly. It is you who must answer it. I want to know your answer. Requin shakes his head. My answer. He coughs again, belching another wave of fumes. He smacks his lips as if trying to drive the taste from his mouth. My answer is this. They are both fools, but only one knows himself a fool. Very well, I had some other questions. Very well. So, we've got over here Craddock. Let's explore these barrels first. These barrels are empty, the hoops from binding wood are almost completely rusted through. Okay. We have Craddock. See a huge man watching the area with a tight-lipped frown and narrow eyes, as he's hunched slightly as if bearing a heavy load on his shoulders. The unpleasant smell of sweat and dirt wafts from his clothes. Greetings. The man glances down at you and his frown deepens. What you sniffing around here for? You Craddock? Mayhap. He studies your face as if trying to recall you. If I am, what be it to you? I come with a message from Vane the sender. The message states, the shipment must be incursed by the 3rd day or there will be a penalty. By the hells, can they be such fools that they think we can miracle it there? All right then, your message was found its way to the right ears for all the good it will do. What's the problem? Look around you. Craddock nods at their labours in the marketplace and says, these laggards and half-wits can barely keep up with the loads as it stands, and now they need it doing in half the time. Do you need any help? tell you what I need. I need all my men to show up for work. Jeli's gone missing since this morning. I need him back now. Jeli, where did he go? That hive-bred goat is probably passed down the street somewhere by the smouldering corpse when he should be here helping us. Worthless sod. I could go find him for you. Oh, ye could ye? Craddock squints at you. And now why would you do that? You need the help, don't you? Don't sound like you can spare the time to go looking for him, and there's work to be done. Craddock is silent for a moment and nods. Aye. You find Jeli, you tell him to drag his worthless bub-ridden hide here. I'll pay you for your trouble. When you found him, they'll get. You said he's likely by the smouldering corpse. Where's that?
Updated my journal.
South and east of here. Head through the southeast gate and then head east for about a block. It's a mess of drunks outside. You can't miss it. Jeli is most commonly somewhere around there. Alright, I'll go and look for him. Fair enough. Okay.
Done.
Okay, the container is locked.
The Force did.
Come on in, Basher. We have the best blades in town.
Got Hive Dweller, Gahoa. This woman ignored you as you approach. She seems extremely interested in what the merchants have to sell. Let her go about her shopping. This man looks absorbed in studying the goods on display in the stores of the market. Pays no attention to you. Sorry to trouble you? See a thin yellow-skinned humanoid covered with a variety of dazzling tattoos. His eyebrows have been accentuated with black truncal lines, and his teeth have befouled the points. He sees you and waves you over, rattling his dice in his hand. Greetings. You're about to speak when his eyes, shiny and black like orbs jet, fall upon Dakon. The two of them stare silently at one another for a moment before the tattooed giveaway's gaze returns to you. His voice is low and raspy. Go and me greets you. You have come to play a game, yes? Yes, I'll play. Goran reaches his tunic and pulls out a coin. This coin, your coin. He places it at your feet. Pulls out another one. This coin, Goran's. He places it at his own feet and holds two dice between his thumb and index finger. The dice. We both roll one, yes? Go on. You roll higher, both coins. He snatches the coins up from the ground and offers them to you. Yours. Go roll higher. He quickly tucks the coppers back into mine. Neither rolls higher. That coin stays for another roll. So, how much coin will lie at your feet? 1 copper coin. Both roll your dice until Gary rolls higher. He snatches up your coins, tucks it into his tunic. He seems to hesitate for a moment, then speaks. Again, yes. Wait, is something wrong? Gary regards you closely for a moment and notes. Never do I indulge in Hasmut's folly. Never do I cheat human. Though I see fortune, read it, know it in the face of a man. However, in you I see nothing. I know nothing. You have no luck. No fortune, either good or ill. But you make your own perhaps, I do not know. Place his dice back in his tunic. We may play later perhaps, but no more this moment. Alright, farewell. So, we want to talk to Dakon.
What is your will?
Things that I would know, Dakon. I talk to you. Some questions about the Gesserai. I had the Gesserai language. We'll discuss language later. Okay, so yeah. Hackness Folly isn't one. Hive Dweller. He seems mesmerised by what the woman has to say. He doesn't even acknowledge you as you speak to him. What we've got. Hoffira. Grim-looking woman spares you only a brief glance before returning to a rant at the top of the stage. Here's a powerful voice that carries across the marketplace, even cutting through the noise made by the merchant and the surrounding foot traffic. Leave her alone.
Come in, Basher. Look here, the finest Toledo blade.
Shopping.
I'm gone.
Labourers.
All right.
Go on in, Basher.
I have
We have
merchant.
the best blades in town.
Jump, Lim Lim, jump. The merchant seems suddenly notice you. Oh, greetings. Would you like to purchase one of these playful gambling Lim Lims, my lord? No, but I just had some questions. Not yet, just what are these Lim Lims? They are from the Outlands, my lord. Neither wholly insect nor animal. They are friendly, playful, and quite loyal. He takes a sidelong glance at Lim Lims and then leans closer to whisper. Pretty tasty too, in a pinch. Interesting, I have some other questions. The only questions I'll answer, I'm afraid, are about Lim Lims, my lord. I'd like to purchase one. Lim Lim will find its own food, eat insects, tiny rodents, and the like. They will follow everywhere you go. They're easy to clean up. While quiet, exercise themselves with their constant flipping about, and best of all, they leap over 15 feet when prodded with hot coals. One will only cost you about 40 coppers, my lord, a mere pittance for such an entertaining pet and friend. Morte, what do you think? Why not, boss? It'd be fun to kick around when we're down, right? Well, I can kick it vicariously through you at least. I might see that 50-foot hot coal jump too. I'll take one, merchant. How nice, my lord. Here you are. My own Lim Lim. Yes, we've got Lim Lim. Pet Lim Lim. I'll hold you in your hand. This is your pet Lim Lim. Talk to item. This is your pet Lim Lim. Noticing that it has your attention, it chirps at you lovingly. P.O. Examine your Lim Lim. Your Lim Lim appears both insect and animal in origin. Its legs are oversized, but its arms are small and nearly vestigial, and a brightly speckled half shell runs down its back. It sports twin pairs of insect-like wings, and has tiny black eyes and a mouth that always appears to be smiling greedily. Pet your Lim Lim. P.O. P.O. The Lim Lim squirms around merrily, its wings buzzing. It seems to enjoy the affection immensely. Kick your Lim Lim. You attempt to drop kick the Lim Lim, but it squirms out your grasp and flies to the ground. Whoops. Kick your Lim Lim. You attempt to land a left click on your Lim Lim, but it numbly hops out the way. Pierre it turns and flees, wings buzzing. Chase after it and try to kick it again.
See the shine on that? See the edge on it? I tell you what, cutter, that'll do you your business.
Well, that was a waste of 40, wasn't it? Still, it was a little bit of fun.
Done.
Giskel. I've sorry to trouble you. Giskel. You see a splendidly looking merchant with a brush of grey and red stubble across his chin. He wears several layers of brightly coloured robes, so much that he looks like a flag with arms and legs. He is shaking slightly as you watch. Greetings. I Giskel. He bows at you and spreads his trembling hands. As he does, you notice his hands and forearms are a twist of massive black scar tissue, as if they were once badly burned. How did you hurt your hands? Giskel doesn't seem to have heard you. He answers only with his spiel, delivered in the same flat monitor. Giskel, buy cloth, sell cloth, wash cloth, mend cloth, and he gestures at the layers of clothing with shaking hands. Wear cloth. I asked, how did you hurt your hands? Giskel's monitor and breaks. Giskel, buy cloth, sell cloth, wash cloth, mend cloth, and He gestures at himself, but his hands are shaking so badly that he cannot even finish. Never mind. Can I see what you have? Okay. Your bandages, nails of thread, and rags. So you don't take anything that I'm selling, okay. Can I sell you these rags? Can I see what you have? See if I can sell you these rags. No. Okay. Sorry to trouble you. Shopping. This devil-faced appears to come selling hand weapons. Come on over then. Come and see my blades, have you? No, I had some questions. The old man takes a minute to look around. Once he is certain there aren't any potential customers immediately, he holds out his hand to you. Drop 3 coins into his hand. He nods and tucks the 3 copper coins beneath his clothes. What did you want to talk about then, Carl? Tell me about this area. This is just another marketplace in the Hive. Worst ward in that blessed city of Sigil. Smiles bitterly, then shrugs. As long as you watch your back and get somewhere safe by dark, it's not too bad a place, as slums go. I'm looking for a man named Farod. Nah, don't know the name. Sorry, Cutter. That wasn't much help. The old merchant chuckles slightly and laughs. You were paying me for my time, not my answers, Cutter. I would have helped you if I could have, truly. Would you like to see me goods now? No, but I'm looking, not now, but I'm looking for a journal I've lost. I haven't seen one, sorry. If you need a new journal, perhaps one of the other merchants here has one for salvage rocks. Forget it, let me see your wares. Okay. Rusty dagger. Poor quality mace, antler axe, iron knuckles. Fist irons. Club. Maul. A quality stiletto. Green steel knife. Green steel dagger. Battle axe, a quality, high quality sledge hammer. Sell the green steel knife. The rusty dagger. Another rusty dagger. Done. Let's see, is there anything else you sell? Copper earrings. We'll sell them. And we'll identify the triangle earring. Let's not sell, we'll identify. And we can identify that as well, okay. So identify you. This is Tyler Rose Steele. You received this small earring from folding a note in the mouth of one of the welking corpses in the mortuary. It's a beautiful earring, but despite its beauty, all it seems to do now is remind you of how strange this world you're broken up in. The earring contains a minor blessing from one of the gods of wealth on some backwater prime world. When held in the hand and the word copper is whisked, it gives the wearer 33 copper commons. This blessing can be used 3 times before the enchantment is exhausted. Okay. So let's have you identify. You received a small earring. No, that's not. Magus Guard. Armor class 6. Considerable standard equipment for any adventure you made. Bracelets such as these can be found across the plains. Judging by the markings on this particular bracelet, it appears to have been made in a style quite common in Sigil. Various glyphs of warding are meticulously carved along the surface, producing an almost hypnotic effect when looked at. When worn, the bracelet provides a wearer from normal attacks as if we were wearing scale armor. Okay. Minor copper blessings go. Let's use you. Three times, that gets me gold back. This toothless crime reeks of fish and brine. Spying your approach, she gives you a wide pink smile. Fish, my child, fish heads my hat. Child? Hardly. Oh yes, but a child you are to my years, youngsters. I believe you're mistaken, take a closer look. He shuffles up to you. The fish stink is nearly overpowering. The old woman squints at your face first, frowning, and then looks into your eyes. Only then does she recoil in surprise. Oh my, how many years have those eyes seen? I do not know. How many do you think? Don't know. Too many, I'd say, but no matter. She leans close to whisper you your ear. It won't do to rattle the passers-by. Let's keep it our little secrets. She resumes her normal tone of voice. So, fish, my child, he. She pokes you in the belly. No fish for me, but I had some questions. She shakes a little wrinkle. No answers have I, only fish. Farewell, what do you have to offer exactly? Why, fish, my silly child. Fish of all sorts, and fish heads for those too short jinks for the whole ones. Teeny fish heads, he. Where do the fish come from? They're brought to Sigil from all over the plains, my boy. Would you like some? I sell only their heads, should you be short and jink. I don't need fish, but I have some questions. She shakes her head, little wrinkled head, no answers have I, only fish. Farewell then. Okay. This attractive young woman is smiling and beckoning to all passers-by. She calls out the virtues of her goods. Plates, jugs, cups, tankards, drink from the goblets and finest lords. Upon seeing you, she waves you over as if you were an acquaintance. I had some questions. Sorry, sir, I've no time for questions. I must sell what I can before the day is done, and my family is large and hungry. She holds open the lid of the crate behind her. Are you sure you don't like to see what I have to offer? Oh well, I'll take a look. You peer into the crate. It's full of plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery and the like. They look to be of a varying degrees of quality. Some of it appears quite nice. As you're looking at it, she presses up against you. See anything you like, sir? Her long waving hair brushing against your shoulder smells faintly sweet like vanilla. Where does this all come from? She flashes a wicked grin. My lovers are all burglars, sir. These goods are pilfered from the homes of Sigil's nobles. Upon seeing your expression, she laughs weakly. A jest, sir, merely. My father and brothers are tinkerers. These are wares by which are discarded from the nobles' manors and made good by them once more. I see. I had some questions. Oh, sir, but wait. He puts her hand on your forearm and touches light as a feather. Are you sure there's nothing you need? Surely something for your own home or a gift. She bites her lip coyly, cocking her head slightly. Well, there's a nice plate right there. What, sir, this one? No, that. Wait, this is ridiculous. I need no plates. I had questions. She looks so sad you're nearly stricken with guilt. Slowly she lowers a little pet. Sorry, sir, I have no time for questions. I must sell what I can before the day is done, for my family is huge and hungry. I understand. Farewell. Older merchant has a worldly look about him. His deep voice is gentle but confident. Hello there. Are you ready to sample some of the most delectable treats from across the plains, my good friends? What do you have? All manner of delicacies to delight your palate, my good man. Arboreal fireside, garbark root, Elysian pears, crimson lotus petals, Bitopian shepherd's bread, shift spice from chaos of limbo, and sea plums are what I have at the moment. Merely 5 coppers for a taste of anything you like. Ask about something's taste. What do the fire seeds taste like? I only suggest that you try it, my good man, and see for yourself. Actually, I had some questions. Shakespeare said, then I advise you to seek answers elsewhere, sir. I only deal in exotic foodstuffs, spices and herbs, and have neither time nor care for little else. In that case, what do you have? Okay, let's purchase something. Let's try some fire seeds. Don't swallow them, simply spit them out when they're finished tingling. He smiles and offers you a handful of small red seeds. Pop them into your mouth. The seeds, sweet and tasting faintly of cinnamon, become warm and tingle in your mouth. It takes a moment for you to realise that they're actually burst into flames. Learn however the sensation dies down and you spit them out into the gutter. Let me try something else. I'll try a garbar root. He offers a small brown cube of what looks to be a rubbery vegetable matter. It's quite chewy. Do not swallow it. Spit it out when it no longer has taste. Pop it into your mouth. The root, initially quite hard and difficult to chew, has a sweet syrupy taste. Soon it becomes soft and gummy and you find yourself merrily smacking away. Eventually though, the flavour dies off and you spit the gooey brown wad into the gutter. Let me try something else. I'll try a pear. It offers you the largest, juiciest fruit pear you've ever laid eyes on. They are my favourites, the old man chuckles. So sweet, reminds me of my youth. Eat the pear. There is nothing supernatural about the pear's flavour, but it may well be the best you've ever had. Let me try something else. I'll try some betals. The old man proffers what looks like a small brownish red flakes. Upon inspection they are revealed to be dried flower petals. These may make you a bit dizzy, my man, so take care once you've eaten them. Pop them into your mouth. The petals melt quickly on your tongue, leaving behind an odd but not quite unpleasant aftertaste that you can't place. Despite the odd merchant's warning, however, you don't feel the slightest bit disoriented. He seems slightly disappointed to see it's no effect on you. Let's try something else. I'll try some bread. He offers you 2 thick slices of spiced nut bread. They are very aromatic, smelling of carrots and almond. Eat the bread. The bread tastes much as you expected of carrots and almond. It's slightly sweet and light, leaving you hungry for some more of the stuff. Let's try something else. I'll try the shift spice. Dangles a tiny paper packet before you. Wet your fingertip and place it in the spice and simply lick it from your finger. Each dip should taste slightly different. The spice may taste of whatever one would like. It is little more a matter of concentration and willpower that bends its flavour to one's whim. Try some. Finish off the entire packet in a matter of 9 or 10 licks. As promised, each taste provided a different flavour. Try something else. I'll try a sea plum. He hands you a small plum of an odd blue-green colour. Don't worry, they're pitless. Eat the whole of it. Eat the sea plum. The plum's rind is slightly bitter and extremely sour, enough to make one grimace and shudder, but the fruit's meat is remarkably sweet. Eaten together, they complement each other very well. That's all for now. I had some questions. Shakespeare said, then I advise you to seek answers elsewhere. Farewell then. Okay.
I'm gone.
hive dwelling.
Done.
So we'll do that later. See a woman dressed in faded patch-up clothes. Greetings, miss. Calm down. Leave.
Done. Done.
Okay. So we've done, well, we're coming close to an hour, and we've done half of the southwest portion of the hive. So I'm going to leave it here. This has been Vane doing Let's Play Planescape Torment. If you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon, and until next time, goodbye.